What's up, everybody? It's Mikey Dealz. It's been a minute since I've been on here. Been a couple months since I recorded my last show. I'll be honest with you. I've had some issues getting people in here to fucking record with, and I've had an option to do a Zoom a couple times, like interviews through Zoom and talking to people through Zoom. And to be honest with you, I don't fucking like Zoom. I'd rather have somebody sit next to me. Like my other episodes that I've put out, episodes 1, 2, and 3. I had here. Episode 1, I had my buddy Freddie. Episode 2, I had my buddy Frankie Scaminaccia, a friend of almost 20 years. Me and him go back, did a lot of work together with on the streets. My third guest was Lexi Chialea, one of my favorite bartenders. She's known me for years. I caused her a lot of fucking hell, and I tormented her a lot, but it's okay. She's a fucking great person, and she had a good time coming on here. I like being able to come on here and fucking, have somebody next to me that I could talk to. As you can see, I've switched things up a little bit. I'm in the fucking nuclear war bunker, okay? This is the fucking nuclear war bunker. If shit goes down, I'm fucking in here. I got the American flag behind me. I'm going to be doing some work. And I got a fucking guy in here that some of you guys might know from the local comedy scene here in New Jersey. His name is Rich Carucci. Rich, how are you, bro?
What's going on?
Thank you for coming in today, bro. And
Cool.
tonight, and coming to hang out with me and do a fucking show with me, man. I'm very grateful, and I'm very happy that you're here.
Me too.
Like I said, I've had issues with people getting in here, and people are flaky. They don't want to fucking come in and do a podcast with a guy who's not fucking super popular, a guy that they don't know, a guy that they don't know from a hole in the wall. So I appreciate you coming in and giving me your time here to do a show with me, my man.
Happy to be here, bro.
So you've been a comic for how many years now?
20, 21, 22 years.
You're a professional comic. You do comedy full time, right?
Full time, comedy, acting, travel, all kinds, radio, all kinds of stuff. Busy a lot.
Are you on the road now? Or obviously you're not on the road now because you live here in Jersey.
Yeah, but I was in the Bahamas for 2 weeks. I go to Florida for a couple of weeks.
Where do you go when you go down there?
I go to Florida. I'll go to Laughing in Fort Myers.
Okay, on the West Coast. I lived in Tampa.
Snappers.
Oh yeah.
Palmyra, wherever the heck that is.
I have no idea where the fuck Snappers is. I've heard of it.
Yeah,
I think it's in Palm Harbor, actually.
Palm Harbor, that's
it. Palm Harbor, which is up there by Newport Richie and all that.
I like that place. They got a good. Their food is good. They get a good crowd.
I've never been there to Snappers. I've been to a couple of clubs in the Tampa area, Side Splitters, McCurdy's down in Sarasota. Those are good fucking clubs, man. And the people in Florida, like they're like a different breed of people for when you're going down there to do a show or you're experiencing a fucking show. Especially through this whole pandemic, that like they never shut down there.
It was great. It was great. I would do. They do 2 shows usually on the weekends. One the early show, and later the early show, all the older people come to, and then the late show is just people that are fucking wasted. They're younger people, but yeah, you were getting crowds during the pandemic, 80, 90 people.
Right.
They don't care. They're just like, here we are.
Yeah,
we're open.
They didn't shut shit down, bro.
That was smart.
Yeah, it wasn't like in New Jersey, and during the pandemic, I was down there for a lot of that. I was locked up for a fucking time of it. I had to do fucking 90 days down there, and I came out and fucking it was in the middle of the fucking pandemic, and everything was up here was shut down. I'm blessed with some good friends that fucking let me crash their place for a while until I got back on my feet and was able to make some moves to get the fuck out of there.
That's good.
And it was fucking mayhem down there, bro. Like the bars were closed, but like they would be like speakeasies.
Right. Same here.
They were like speakeasies, and fucking there was no rules. They were open till 5 o'clock in the morning. But all the doors were closed. You wouldn't know. You had to park your car down the block. It couldn't be fucking obvious that the place was open.
I'm just happy that there was still, like here, we had a stripper bar with a tent behind it. And weren't supposed to be there, but we had strippers and comedy together for a year. Open all night. Once in a while, somebody would knock on the door. We'd all be quiet. It's the cops. And everybody run in the back of the tent.
Right.
But I'm glad there was an alternative to just shutting down because a lot of us didn't feel. I don't know if it's that our lives don't matter that much to us, but you know, you got to live.
You got to make a fucking living, bro. Especially like as a road comic, man. Like, you know, if you're not somebody fucking famous or already fucking established, you're not fucking raking in big bucks. Comics don't make big money,
No,
you know, but you guys do it for the love of the art, and I fucking respect that, bro. I really do.
yeah.
And comedy saved my life, man. Like 3 years ago, I was in some real deep shit. I was facing a lot of things in my life that I haven't, you know, experienced since I was you know, in my early 20s. I was facing fucking prison time. I was fucking drinking out of my mind. I was in and out of fucking psych wards and hospitals. And the one thing that fucking kept me like somewhat sane at the time, I actually I wasn't really sane, but one thing that kept me like from not losing it completely was watching podcasts on my fucking phone at my buddy's house in the backyard, and it'd be fucking 100 degrees out, and my phone was off, but he had Wi-Fi, so I was able to watch Joey Diaz's fucking
I love Joey.
the Church of What's Happening Now. I've seen all those episodes. Joey Diaz, you know, with Lee Syatt, and I watched a lot of Bert. I watched a lot of old Opie and Anthony fucking shows.
I
and
do
clips.
the Opie and Anthony the old one. Otto Peterson was a good friend of mine.
Oh yeah. I remember seeing like his name on there. I mean, I don't know.
He was with the dummy. Yeah, no, I never listened to Opie and Anthony when they were on because I was always going somewhere or coming back from. But since they've been over, I listen to the archives all the time. I was like, damn, I missed out on this.
Yeah, it's great radio, man. It's great radio. Like when they were on Sirius, and you know, then they brought Jimmy Norton in.
Yeah.
And
little Jimmy Norton.
I fucking those old episodes, man, along with, you know, like I said, the Church of What's Happening Now, and terrestrial radio that was on air down in Florida. The Mike Calta show, Roger and JP, they're on 102.5 The Bone down there. Like these guys kept me fucking somewhat fucking sane. A little bit, you know, it could have been a lot worse. Is a cigarette killing you?
A little bit. If put the tray on the other side. Yeah, there you go.
I'm so happy we're recording this. It's all
No,
on
that's
video.
right.
I thought you smoked.
I do smoke sometimes.
So how the fuck you not?
You know what? I also have allergies, so I was playing with the dogs. I love the dogs, by the way. I'm like an animal. I like animals more than I like people. You
Kelly, my sister. I mean, I put the pictures all over Twitter, so anybody that's seeing this, or even any of my Facebook friends that are seeing this, know that Kelly got 2 black lab puppies about 3 weeks ago, and they're fucking amazing. They're just out of their minds.
Yeah,
they're a lot of work, and Kelly's doing the best that she can to fucking maintain it with them. But they're awesome.
She's outnumbered 2-1.
Yeah, bro, and she's doing it by herself because I told her, look, if you get 1, I'll help you. If you get 2, I'm not helping you. Like I was against 2, but she's doing the best that she can with them, and she's doing a great job. She really is.
Yeah,
she's had a rough day today. One of her good friends passed away from cancer this morning, so she's like a little fucking down and out, and she's going through it right now. But she ate dinner, she went up to bed. It's only 7:45, so it's better than, you know, fucking sitting up all night at the bar drinking and getting fucking hammered and shit, you know?
Yeah, that was me Sunday.
Yeah, you came over Sunday and I had a fucking great time.
Yeah.
Bro, I had all this fucking food planned out and shit
know.
for us. Like I was gonna I'm like, yo, this guy's gonna come over. We're just gonna fucking shoot the shit. I'm gonna break the ice with him and fucking get to know him a little bit, see what his person like, kind of like a date, you know?
Yeah.
And it just went to the alcohol. We're like,
yeah, I like drinking a lot. I can't eat when I'm drinking a lot. I like to drink a lot.
Yeah, no, I hear you. So it was just fucking drinking. But when you left, like, bro, I had 3 plates of fucking food. I had 3 chicken cutlets. I had 6 fucking Red Lobster cheddar bay biscuits.
Oh,
and I had macaroni salad, Amish macaroni salad with cheddar cheese and hot sauce.
Damn.
And then I had triple baked macaroni and cheese.
Oh my god.
And I woke up fucking 1 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, and it was not fucking cool. And ended up being a complete fucking disaster.
Yeah, I left and had a bunch more drinks. I think I might have had a slice of pizza somewhere during the night because we went out to watch the game. And I think
where'd you go after here? You're like, well, you're from Hackensack, right?
I went to a place in Saddlebrook, some kind of like
not the dive bar. And what is that? The dive bar? What was that? That old tavern?
No,
on Essex.
On Essex. No, that's the Hilltop. I go there sometimes, but their wings suck. And you know.
Oh, so you just want wings?
Oh no, that my friend did. I didn't care. I don't give a shit. I'm just gonna drink. But we went to that someplace on Market Street, I don't know the name of it, some pizza place, and it was like sports were on. There was like people there drinking. It's like, way too expensive drinks, like $8 beers or
Go
some
fuck yourself,
ridiculous
bro.
shit.
Go fuck
I had
yourself.
like a fucking 8 and then a couple of shots, and then back to my buddies, and then I'm driving home, and I'm like, holy shit, I'm smashed.
Yeah.
Went home, had a few there. So
Well, you know what? You're
yesterday,
driving with fucking one eye open.
I had to, yeah,
Not that we condone drinking and driving
not at all.
on this
But
show.
if
We are
you're gonna do it,
upstanding citizens.
right, you got to do it right. So I was almost home, and I realized, I go, holy shit, I'm hammered. So I covered my one eye, and I'm like, holy shit, I could drive now. And we do not condone that at all.
It's
But
funny how that works, right? Like you cover one eye, you're fucking solid, but you better not drop that hand because otherwise
I tried a couple times, and I'm like, just go home. Went home, parked the car, sat on the stoop, had a few more beers, contemplating where my life choices are going, and then passed out. Got woken up by the landscapers that I wanted to throw the half a bottle of beer I had left at, because it's like 6:30 in the morning
On Monday morning.
on Monday.
Oh yeah, it's work time, bro. Those guys are out there getting it.
They're right by my window because I live across street from this school, and they're just brutal with and they're blowing all the leaves. And they had one of those machines you ride right on the corner, right next to my window, the whole time running. And I'm just like, I got to kill one of these guys.
Are you on the first floor?
First floor.
It's
I'm thinking if I had this is why I don't need a gun, because I'm thinking if I only had a gun, I'll try to shoot the fucking backpack. That they're, but
like Grand Theft Auto, and then it explodes. And fucking.
God, I was gonna throw a beer at them, and I'm just like, I couldn't get out of bed to do it.
Have you ever thrown a beer at them before?
No, but I've dreamt about it. But this time I was like, somebody's got to die. Besides my brain cells, somebody's got to actually die. And then I calmed myself down. I went in the bathroom, came back in. My head was spinning. I think I put my headphones in for my phone without even putting it on, just to try to
fucking
quell it.
Yeah, that shit doesn't work. I heard you talking before about how once you wake up in the middle of the night, you can't go back to sleep.
Yeah, I'm done,
bro. I'm the same way, but it was a lot worse for me. Like 3 years ago, it was a lot worse for me. I would drink so much, bro. Like I would wake up and fucking start drinking, and like it was fucking horrible. And like I would get drunk and I would pass out at fucking 7 o'clock at night. I'd wake up at 3 a.m. and fucking start drinking and just go until the next day, until fucking 7, 8, 9 o'clock that night. Full of fucking anxiety. But I did it every day. Like I was full of anxiety. I was out there hustling the streets, fucking like in survival mode. I was paying for a hotel where I needed $100 every day just to stay fucking under a roof in some shitty hotel down in fucking Charlotte. You know what I mean? Like it was it was a nightmare, bro.
I used to when I was younger too, worked in a tree business. All we did was drink, and I would pay somebody to crash on their couch for a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
pay their girl to do my laundry.
Right.
We live on cocaine and fucking Johnny Walker.
Well, yeah, it's a fucking diet. I'm obviously not on it now because I'm a fucking fat fuck. But yeah, that Jenny crack diet will fucking get you down to fucking weight in no time.
Back then, I could bounce back. Like I'm getting older, so it hurts. But
yeah, bro, you're fucking 58 years old.
I
know I'm putting it out there, but you don't look 58.
No,
bro.
I feel it on the inside. I used to be able to party all the time, bounce back. Now I'm like, oh God, I still party, but it beats the shit out of me.
Right. I hear you. I can't fucking bounce back either, man. Like I'll be honest with you and everybody on the podcast that fucking knows I was sober for 16 and a half months.
That's great.
And I end up fucking going back to drink, and I'm not what I was before. And everybody's like, oh, people in AA and the program says like before you know it, you're gonna be right back to where you were before you know it. And thankfully I'm not. I drink fucking twisted teas, and
I've never
I
even
fucking
had one of those.
I stay away from the hard booze, and I'm definitely not doing any drugs. The only thing I do is fucking smoke weed, and I smoke weed here and there, fucking just to go to bed at night, I guess, because like I can't smoke it during the day. If I smoke a fucking half a joint like during the day, I get fucking paranoid.
I get paranoid sometimes from it, and then I get tired.
Yeah, then I get tired. See, that's why I smoke it at night. Where if I get paranoid, I'm like, okay, I'm all good. 20 minutes goes by, and then I'm fucking tired, and I go to sleep. Which in New Jersey now that the weed is fucking finally completely legalized and recreational, I can buy good indica bud, and after 20 minutes of fucking being paranoid, the fucking indica kicks in, and I'm out like a light, you know, and like and what in turn what that gives me, it makes me not have to take these fucking horrible drugs
Right.
to fucking go to sleep. No more fucking Seroquel, no more fucking what's trazodone. Like that shit never fucking really worked for me in the first place. All it did was fucking make me drowsy. Like I'm a fucking animal, bro. Like my brain doesn't shut the fuck up. You understand? So the only thing that would really knock me out was like a fucking Xanax, because the Xanax cuts off the receptors in my brain that makes me worry about everything. Like I'm a fucking worrier. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, I know what it's like. I got
So
kids. I'm always worried. Shit's happening. One of them's always got an emergency.
how many kids you got?
I got two. I got a son. My daughter's in Boston. She's like 26. My son's 24. So him, it's like an everyday thing. He calls me from. He lives. Finally, he's out on his well with my nephew, but you know,
Somewhat stable.
well, somewhat stable. But there's a problem every day. The car's broken. This needs to be done. I need this. So, I'm still there. I raised my two kids from when their mom passed away. So, he was like 13. I've had him ever since. He's been on his own for maybe about a year. He was living with his girlfriend. That went bad. And he moved in with with my nephew, his cousin.
This girl was a stripper, right?
Not that one, but the ones before that. Yeah. He's had a couple. He would move him in the house whenever I'd be gone on the road. I'd come back to somebody new living at the house, and I'm like, dude, do they have to live with us? Like I was married. I didn't even have my wives live with me. I
Right.
was like, you stay by you, I'll stay by me. Keep it friendly.
No doubt.
I don't know how anyone lives together with women. I just don't understand.
I most recently did it like again, like I this has been like 3 years ago since me and my ex broke up, but we lived together, and I don't know how either, bro. Like I couldn't deal with it at the end, and it was fucking horrific. Like it was just like leave me alone, and she obviously felt the same way, and like I'm so much fucking like happier now. Like just fucking like I'm living at my sister's house, but I pay half the mortgage here. I fucking do what I have to do here, and I have a great place to fucking stay. And if I want to
Yeah.
bring a fucking broad back here to fucking banger, I have enough fucking place. I got a room. I got a fucking entire bar here. You know, it's fucking it's okay. You
And
know,
then they go home afterwards. That's the
right,
best part.
right. But see, like, bro, I'm a sucker. Like, I fall in love. Like, if a fucking bitch sucks my dick the right way, bro, I'll fall in love with that bitch.
Yep.
I will fall right in love with that bitch.
It's a shame, but we need them, unfortunately. Especially now. I was looking forward to the point in my life where I couldn't get a hard on anymore, and then you could say what you feel, and you get a dog, and you're happy. Now they got that Viagra shit, so you're gonna fuck till you're 90 years old.
Yeah,
You're
no
chasing.
doubt.
I even asked an old guy one day at a show. He's like 80 something years old. I go, when does it stop? He
He
goes,
still
what?
fucks that
Yeah,
dude.
he goes, it never stops. And I go, great. I was looking for a couple of comfortable years. It never stops. You keep chasing, even when you're old like that. You don't even have any use for it. You don't know what to do with it. You're still chasing it.
No doubt.
Yeah, it's a shame.
I I like my I have a daughter. A lot of people don't know this, but I have a daughter. She's 19. She'll be 20 in January. And her mom, man, fucking I'll be honest with you, like I wasn't there for her but when she was about 12 years old, I went on the road and I left. I fucking bounced. And I would send money here and there and talk to her here and there. But her mom raised her and she's fucking an excellent kid. She gets straight A's.
Awesome.
I just talked to her mom through a text like 2 days ago. And she's doing great. She's fucking straight A's. She's not a fucking whore. Thank God. You know, she's not a fucking derelict, one of these fucking purple haired fucking weirdo fucking kids that fucking are out of their minds. And that's a blessing, man. But like that's something that I fucking regret, you know, is fucking doing what I did, fucking leaving, you know, basically my family and going on the road and thinking, yo, I'm gonna go out and fucking be like this rock star. And I traveled, I lived everywhere. I lived in LA, I lived in fucking San Fran, I lived in Denver, I lived in Boston, I lived everywhere, bro. And I had a fucking blast doing it. And I was making a lot of good money, but it was very fast, you know, fucking a lot of broads, fucking drinking, fucking drugging, you know, all that shit. And bro, I tell you, I hit fucking 30 8 years old, the last breakup when I was down in Florida, it was a fucking rock bottom. It all came fucking crumbling down to an end. And it's been hard to get up from that, you know?
Hey, you're still alive.
Yeah, I'm still alive, but the only reason I'm alive, man, is from the grace of God. I know that it might sound corny to some people, but I'm being real and I'm being honest and I'm being upfront. If it wasn't for the grace of God and my family that I'm still blessed to have that support me, my sisters, my mother, God bless her, she's still alive. Like I didn't have a relationship with my mother for years. Um, I didn't talk to her, like she kind of written me off because I was such a fucking I was like, she was worried what she was gonna get that call one day that Mikey's fucking gone or and I'm happy to be able to say today that like I'm able to she's upstairs. She had cancer. She had a fucking heart attack when she got chemo and she beat the cancer through chemo and now she's got fucking issues with her heart, but she's getting back on her feet and
God bless.
I'm blessed to have dinner with her and I see her in the morning because I didn't talk to her for years, and it's just all things that are good that came out of something that was really fucked up.
Plus, it's never too late. You guys are all still alive. You can, mend whatever, live new times.
Yeah, I mean, bro, like as far as relationship with my daughter goes, I don't know. Like, I'm such a fuck up, and I'm so used to being a fuck up that I don't know if I want to. Like, she has my number, and I talk to her mom all the time, or not all the time, but through messaging, I talk to her. And like, if I want to talk to her on the phone, I know I could, but I don't know if I like. Do I want to bring my fucking crazy ass life into her life? And she's doing great. She's in college. She's getting fucking A's, bro.
God
Like,
bless.
do I want to fucking involve myself in that?
You don't have to rush into it. My daughter left when she was 16. I see her once in a while. She's out in Boston, but girls mature quicker than boys, and plus, she's doing great. My son's a hands-on. I gotta like spend time molding him because he's still like a little immature and not a troublemaker like I was by any means.
What'd you do?
Shit. Everything you named a little while ago.
No, I gotcha.
Drugging, stealing cars, getting in trouble, getting kicked out of every school I ever went to.
No, I hear you.
Like
Same
that.
shit here. I never graduated. I got my fucking GED in jail.
I got him. I made him get his GED. He aged out of school. My son. He fucking never did anything. Would show up, but he was selling weed and not doing anything.
I gotcha.
But I actually graduated. I was lucky. I played football back in those days. You as long as you played football,
you were good.
Yeah,
you were good.
Pretty much
passing everything.
Yep.
Barely. You went to Hackensack High School?
Hackensack High School. Played football, wrestling, track, shit like that. Still, did a lot of drugs, drinking. It was a little different time back.
What were you doing? Doing blow and acid?
Doing
and shit?
blow, mescaline, acid. I love mushrooms.
Mescaline was a little bit before my time. Like when I was in high school, I went to Richfield, and then I got kicked out of Richfield, and I went to Palisades Learning Center in Paramus, and I eventually got kicked out of there. And but during those years, I was in Westchester in Croton on the Hudson in a little fucking small town up in Westchester by Peekskill, New York. And bro, that town up in fucking Westchester, that was fucking drugs galore. Like I went there and I'm like, holy fuck! Like I ended up like robbing this kid for like a bunch of fucking pills and taking them and shit and just doing all types of crazy shit. Then fucking bouncing to Jersey, nobody would find me. These guys in Westchester ain't coming to fucking, they're not coming to fucking Richfield to look for me. You know,
yeah, we had Quaaludes too when I was a kid. We had Quaaludes.
That's before my time. But I heard good things about them.
I'm more pissed at Bill Cosby for buying all the Quaaludes than for raping the women. He took them up. We had a lot of drugs. We had a good time, a lot of drinking. It was a different time back then. The cops weren't as hip as they are now.
Right.
If you were drunk and driving back then, they'd pull you over, scream at you.
It's happened to me, bro. When I was growing up, it happened to me. I mean, even in my fucking 20s, bro, I can't tell you how many times I got fucking pulled over, half in the bag, and I got cut loose because I knew a couple people, or my father was a cop, so I always had that fucking PBA card, but that shit doesn't get you out of everything, I
remember cops beating me up in the city or in Jersey, and I was happy because once they started beating you up, you knew they were gonna let you go.
Yeah, you're walking away. Yeah, you're walking away. I remember fucking I lived in Ridgefield, so going from Ridgefield, you go right to 46 East, and
I
you,
know
you
what
were
it
at the
is.
bridge in fucking literally 3 minutes without traffic. You're at the
I
bridge
actually got arrested at that Dairy. Do you know that Dairy Queen in
at
Richfield?
the circle.
Yeah, yeah,
That was
yeah.
my father's favorite Dairy Queen, bro. That place, the Chinaman fucking
Yeah,
ran it.
yeah,
He still owns
I
it.
threw it. I threw like this homemade explosive out the car at these dudes in the parking lot of the that we had words with as we were going past there. I was with this chick, and the cops happened to be right there. They pulled us over, searched the car. There was drugs, weapons, all kinds of shit. Took me right to the Bergen County Annex. Had to go there for a while. Oh yeah, it was brutal. The chick got, and the weapons were hers, but they already had me. So I just went, yeah, that's for me.
Right. Bro, did you have a fucking knife and some brass knuckles?
And there's things that turned into nunchucks. It was like a stick and a knife.
Some shit she bought on Bergen Line in West New York.
Yeah, she had like throwing stars in the fucking car, some bullshit like that.
Yeah, that's all shit. She probably got East and West and
I
fucking
had a big bag. I had a nice bag of a sack of weed. I remember. I think I had coke on me. They didn't find it, but they found a sack of weed.
Bro, when I was my mom was a nurse at Columbia Presbyterian. She worked at the hospital. So when she lived in Westchester, and my dad had gotten rid of me, he was like, "Fuck, this kid's out of his mind. You go over your mom." How that happened, I have no idea. But I went to live with my mom up in Westchester, and she would commute to Washington Heights. She worked on 168th and Fort Washington. That's right where the fucking U Road is. It's right where Columbia Presbyterian Hospital is. The ER's right there.
There's a park right on that
Fort Washington Park. Yeah,
that's where I used to buy mescaline.
Yeah.
This guy called Fat Man would be out there,
bro. I get it. So I've done it because I was like literally 14 and it was summertime, and my mom, I don't know what she was thinking, but she'd be like, "Why don't you come to work with me?" And I'd be like, "Okay," and I'd fucking take the train with her down the Metro North from Westchester, to Marble Hill in the Bronx, jump on the 109 train, and fucking right to 168th Street, get out. And, I would walk around Washington Heights, bro, 14, 15 years old. And I started meeting guys that fucking sold weed, these Dominican dudes.
Oh, there was a place, right over the bridge where you get weed. I thought it was the 70 or
bro. By the time I was fucking 17, I had fucking connects galore just to go over the bridge and get bud and get blow at 17 years old, And a lot of these kids nowadays, these kids nowadays are fucking absolutely out of their minds, but they're doing shit on the internet.
They got it made between all the shit at their fingertips. You get weed delivered, pretty much any kind of drugs. Look at the porn they got. I mean, when I was young, you didn't have at your fingertips, drugs, anything you want is just right there. Dating sites, everything. We had it right. You had to go out and meet people. To get your drugs was half the night.
Yeah,
going to get them.
Yeah, that was part of the mission.
Yeah, score.
We got to go over the bridge, fucking cop, fucking get a sandwich so we don't look hot.
Make it back,
and then don't take the bridge back and go down 46 because Fort Lee cops are out there with the prosecutor's office. You gotta take the West Side Highway down to the tunnel, come through the tunnel, and then come up 109 through Jersey City and North Bergen back to Ridgefield.
We had a rule: never go back the same way you came.
Yeah, of course, right.
Never put your blinker on at a light till it changes. Don't leave the front seat empty with a guy on the, just rules. I would have somebody drop me off because I was my skin was darker. I would get a good tan. So I would just go drop me off and meet me. I'd have a designated, we didn't have cell phones. So I had another spot. I'd go. I was always the guy going. I'd be upstairs in the apartment getting the fucking dope.
You blend in. You look like a Puerto Rican.
Come back. They meet me. I said, keep driving. Don't stop. Get out of this area. I'll meet you. And I'd go down and meet him somewhere.
Right. Coming back with a fucking 8-ball.
I'd go during the night too. It's like, we're done. It's 2:33 in the morning. Yeah, no problem. I'll be right back. I jump in my car. I'm going alone. I'm safer by myself.
No doubt. Yeah, man. Fucking definitely some fucking crazier times back then. I'm happy that I don't live like that anymore, man. I'm working at a fucking car wash and I'm not fucking happy with it, bro, but I'm content. I got a roof over my head. I got food in my fucking fat belly.
You're not in jail?
I'm not in jail. I'm not fucking dead. I count my blessings nowadays. And
it's tougher living like that. I would have a sack of weed in my pocket when I'd buy blow in the city, and this blow would be in my sock. This way, a couple times I got popped, and I would just go, I came here for weed. I came here for, and you act like you're terrified. Please, I came here for weed. They take your weed. Sometimes they throw the weed on the ground, then they go, get your weed, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
But, you did what you had to do.
Yeah.
You fucking,
Yeah, I had to.
you want to do drugs and you don't want to go to prison.
And you learned. And you learned you don't want to end up on Rikers Island, bro.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean?
It's when I had the cops beat the shit out. I remember jumping, cops raided a place. I'm on the roof jumping from one building to the next, and just madness.
No doubt. When did you get into comedy? How old were you?
I was a child when I was a kid. My grandfather was a comedian, but when I was a kid, I was a childhood actor. So I did some acting. I did some Broadway plays.
What were you in?
I was on the Ed Sullivan Show, clowning around. It was an Easter special, and I did a couple of Chef Boyardee commercials. I did a couple of plays, and then I wasn't, then I got a little older, and I'm like, I just want to play football and baseball. I want to be, so I stopped doing it. And then in the 90s, I went to Colorado. I was out in Colorado, and I went out there with my kid's mother, my second wife. We were having a lot of problems. We went out there. We weren't getting along. I remember I got arrested. I went to Arapahoe County for a little while. But right before I went to Arapahoe County, I started doing comedy. I took a class, started doing open mics out there. Then once I went to Arapahoe County and I got out of jail, it looked like they were going to send me to Texas. I was out on bail. So I fucking took off, and I got a lawyer. So I got to move back to Jersey. I told him I didn't have any money. I got to get a lawyer to fight this. So I'm back to Jersey. I didn't start doing comedy again until like 2000. Started doing it again in New York and Jersey.
Where were you playing? Where were we going up?
Stand up New York. Then there were a lot of places in Jersey. I would do these bringer shows in the city once in a while.
Jerry
Gotham. No. Bringer shows. You had to bring your friends. And then I got a job handing out flyers. I would hand out flyers. So there was a place that would let me hand out flyers. Every hour I handed out flyers, I got 1 5-minute spot. So I would go 5 in the afternoon and start. They had shows every hour starting. They had 2 rooms. So I would do that like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. But some Fridays and Saturdays, I started getting work on the road. So I'd make
little by little
$50 to drive to fucking all. But gas was cheap, and I had a regular job. Then I got a job cleaning the club. I would clean the New York Comedy Club every Thursday for 1 5-minute spot. I did that for a year, and then I was still handing out.
Did you know Big Steve?
I don't know Big Steve.
From the he was the bouncer at I think the Comedy Cellar. He just passed away today.
Oh no, yeah, I know who that was.
Yeah, he just passed away today.
Yeah.
I remember him from years ago.
What happened to him?
I don't know. Is that the way he passed? I don't know. I just saw it on Twitter.
I saw that too. We lose a lot of comedians. I mean, I started with so many guys that when I started, you knew everybody. You'd go to New York, you go to Hamburger Harry's in Times Square. Every Wednesday was an open mic, so all the new comics would go. You pay $5. They put your name in a fishbowl. They pull your name out. So you had to wait till you got to go up. And I would take the bus over. There were times I barely caught the bus back. But that back then, Eric Andre was there, Bill Dawes, Gina Brion, Yamanika Sanders. Just, a lot of people with a lot of talent that went on to do better things. Mike Gaffney, he was on Last Comic Standing. Gregory K, who wound up being like this guy that did a ton of commercials, big time commercials. That's a place where like Gaffigan was at.
Yeah, I know the name. I don't know. It's too old for me, but
yeah, she's still around, Gladys. She's at the comic strip, but you knew everybody. Nowadays, there's so many comics, man.
Everybody's a comic, bro, and
Dude,
everybody's a podcaster. That's what fucking. That's why, like, one thing it's another reason. Like, one thing I fucking hate is about doing the show is that everybody has a fucking podcast. So I'm trying to make mine more unique and tell real life things that have affected my life and have people that can relate to it and shoot the shit and know where I'm coming from and other people that I could relate to, and a lot of those guys end up being comics because a lot of the shit is
the life
comical.
You just mentioned you had pretty much is like a comic life where everything you're like, oh shit, like me. I rent a room in a house, 2 younger guys. I mean, I drink a lot. I'll go a couple of days. I go, I'm not going to drink anymore. I'll go like 3 days, feel so good that I want to celebrate. I'll start drinking.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm still drugging, drinking. I mean, I'm out doing comedy, shit money. But I go, fuck it. As long as I'm doing comedy, I never have to grow up. And you always hope the better.
Are you happy?
Coming.
Like, are you content? Like, are you happy?
I'm not miserable. So I've been miserable in my life
right.
a lot of times. So, it is what it is. I have it better than some, but not as good as a lot. I have friends that have made it so big in this business have great things happen. Other friends that inherited lots of money,
Right.
and they're still ready to fucking kill themselves. They're so depressed all the time, and I pay my bills. I got the kids to help them out. Just trying to enjoy life. I do other things like I run bingo sometimes, fill in for somebody trivia, football, watch parties at Dave and Buster's, anything for money.
Yeah. You're hustling.
Anything to keep. I retired. I worked 26 years as a 911 dispatcher, got a small pension. That was tough making it through all those years because I was there 3 years, left, came back, and then worked 23 years straight, and then had to pay in my pension to buy the time back because they were like, "You're leaving." They're like, "You're leaving one way or the other." So I had to take half my fucking money I had for retirement, buy my time back, and since then, I've been retired from the 911. I got a small pension, and I just do comedy and acting and odd jobs. Anything to keep me from. I was a pizza delivery guy for a while. That was rough. Albanian guy I worked for, boy, he did not like me. Everybody was Albanian.
Albanians make good pizza, though.
It was good. He's a fucking little tiny guy too. He yelled all. I don't know if Albanians is an angry language or the guy just hated me.
Albanians are just fucking angry people, bro. They're from a war-torn fucking
hated
country.
Everybody except the Albanian. His kid worked there. His kid was a giant. Everybody was Albanian but me. So he just fucking hated me. Just the customers were assholes you delivered to. Just it was not for me.
Yeah,
I did it for like
that's
a
not
year.
you. That's not you at all.
Did it for a year and then I was like, nah, because I tried getting another job, but I couldn't pass a piss test. Every time I'd go, I'd be like, this is a great job. The first interview, they're like, yeah, you're great. You worked 26 years at a 911, just what we're looking for.
Like they think you're a 911 dispatcher. You're like,
Right.
this guy's all squared away.
Right.
But meanwhile, you're fucking
meanwhile,
on the road
they were trying to fire
derelict.
me the whole time, but I was in the union.
Right.
Get a union job if you can. And, the second interview, I'd be like, okay, great. These are the hours. And then I go, okay, here, go pee in the bathroom. And I would just go in the parking lot and fucking leave.
Drive away.
Yeah, because the ones I did piss in, if they can't get a positive, you still have a chance. If they're affiliated with somebody else. Once they got you, I mean, I got a phone call once for a place I took a piss test for. I already forgot about the job. Just forgot about I even went for it. It was a pretty good paying job. I would go to veterinarian places, pick up blood and samples of shit or whatever, and then bring them. I'd have a route, and then I would have to bring them somewhere and drop them off for the testing. And it paid a lot of money. And my friend who's a comic was doing it. He's in the program, though. He doesn't fucking get high or drink or anything.
Yeah.
So I went. I was like, oh, this is a great job. And then I went for all the shit, and then I never heard from them again. So I was like, fuck it. So months later, I'm stoned and I'm at my pizza job and my cell phone rings. I pick it up. I think it's one of my friends fucking around. I was like, is this Rich Carucci? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, oh, did you apply for a job? I said, yeah. I did. I'm like, which one of my asshole friends is this? Because it's something. And I'm like, how do I know this voice? And the guy's like, can I ask some questions? I'm like, yeah, sure. Are you on medication? Yeah, tons of it. I'm on lots of medication. Right. He goes, okay. He goes, how about marijuana? When's the last time you smoked marijuana? I go, I don't know, like 5 minutes ago. And then then I heard the guy go, what? And I go, holy shit, I hung up because I'm like, I thought it was one of my friends. And I'm like, that's that fucking job for that. Oh my God. So I just thought it was funny because I couldn't get a fucking job.
Yeah, it was probably because they're giving you a company vehicle and you got to drive around.
No, you had to drive your own vehicle. That's the weird thing.
And you couldn't fucking have weed in your system?
I guess not.
Fucking ridiculous.
And that's when I got caught at the fire department. That was another thing. They were forcing me out. And then they go, you're getting out of here one way or the other. So I had to buy a couple of years back of my pension. But first they told me we're going to get you out of here on a medical. And they were fucking arguing with me. And I go, listen, if you could get me out of here, I'll fucking leave tomorrow. Never say that. Because the next day I show up to work, they go to me, all right, you're going to the doctor. They're going to evaluate you. We're going to send you out of here on a medical. You have sleep apnea. That's what the problem was. At sleep apnea, so I'd fall asleep sitting in a chair. And evidently when you're answering 911 calls, that's a bad thing. People think there's help coming. Then you answer the phone. Can I help? And all of a sudden you pass out. Yeah. So they go, you're leaving. So they send me down to the doctors, and the doctor's like, wait a minute. What? You sit at a desk and answer phones? Yeah. And what's the problem? I go, I don't know. They told me that I have a medical condition. I can't do this they're gonna get me out of here. So he goes, okay. He goes, let me see. Can you lift up your arms? Yeah. Gives me a hearing test. He goes, I don't know. I don't understand how. I said I have sleep apnea. And he goes, yeah, that's not gonna work. So they made me piss in a cup. That was another thing. So I go back to work, and my boss goes to me because he was trying to be cool with me, and it's my cousin who's the actual boss, but he's being pressured to get me out of there. So he goes, listen. How'd it go at the doctors? I go, I thought you said everybody was on board. I go, they told me they're not giving me a medical. I go, because I can, my arms move and I can hear. And he goes, okay. I go, but we might have a problem. And he goes, why? What's the problem? I said, they made me take a piss test. He goes, all right. So what's the problem? I go, well, there may be a problem. And he goes, don't say another word. Let's see what happens. So, of course, 2 days later, they get the report that I'm smoking weed. So he goes to me, I'm going to have to suspend you for smoking weed. And I go, no, you can't. I have a prescription, which I didn't. I didn't have a prescription. But he goes,
So this was recent then? Like
this was right before the pandemic. So he goes, what do you mean you have a prescription? I go, I have a prescription for marijuana. And he goes, are you sure? And I go, yeah. So I take off the next day. I go down to Fair Lawn, New Jersey. There's this Russian chick doctor, and I go, I need a fucking prescription for weed. And she goes, well, what you got to do is you got to come for 3 visits, and then I have to, we have a conference, and then I go, we got to do this. Right. So I had to come 3 days in a row. And then she gives me the prescription. She reads me this whole in the conference. I pretended I don't smoke at all. She's like, I have to tell you about the munchies. So she's sitting and I'm trying not to laugh. She's like, you're gonna watch when you eat the edibles. Plus, when you smoke, you're gonna get hungry. It's easy to gain weight. I just want the fucking paper. So she gives me the prescription. I go back to work, and now I see that the prescription, the date doesn't add up to the fucking date. So I black it out.
You tried some fucking.
I give it to my boss, who's my cousin. He goes, "What's this?" I go, "The prescription." He goes, "You have the date blocked off." I go, "Yeah, the HIPAA law. I don't have." He goes, "No, that's not going to work." He goes, "I'm not handing this in because they'll fire you immediately, and I'm trying to let you get out of here gracefully." So I go, "Okay, this is the deal." I said, I got the prescription now. I said, plus the reason I came up positive is because I went to visit my daughter in Massachusetts where marijuana is legal. I was thinking about getting a prescription because of the sleep apnea, and I have arthritis.
This whole fucking bullshit.
Right. So
story.
I said I ate a brownie while I was out there. I was off duty. It wasn't in my system when I was at work. So he's like, I'm still going to have to suspend you. I go, you can't. And he goes, well, you're going to have to take another piss test. I go, if I do, I'm on weed. You see, I'm on weed. So they didn't know what to do. They're like, we're going to have to suspend you. So I go, you can't. I'll have to sue you. I go, I'm leaving in a couple of weeks anyway. You guys forced me out. So that's how it is.
Okay, so what happened?
I never got the prescription filled. I just showed
what
him
happened.
the paper.
So you were able to retire.
I was able to fucking retire.
And you got your full pension?
Got my full pension. Didn't get suspended.
It's fucking great.
Yeah,
good for you. They're gonna hear this and probably take you to court.
No. Everybody was happy at the job. They go, dude, you're making.
I'm talking about the state.
Oh no, the state. Yeah, I don't think they can. But everybody at my job was thrilled. They're like, dude, you're helping us out so much because they're never gonna know what to do to any of us. But we had guys that got popped with fucking overdosed on the job.
Yeah.
That shit's everywhere. At least I wasn't fucking snorting heroin and falling asleep.
You're smoking weed, bro. Not a big fucking deal.
They just said, don't bring any of that shit to work. I said, no, I won't.
What are you going to do? Bring a bowl to work and smoke it in the bathroom? Like it's fucking weed, you fucking morons.
But I got out of there. I got my pension because I needed it because my kids are on my medical.
Right.
My wife that at the time is on my medical. I told her, don't touch my pension. I'll keep you on the medical. No matter what, just, don't fuck with my money. I don't make a lot, but I don't want to ever have to work again. And I don't make enough that I don't have to work again. I just make enough to survive.
Right.
So, it's all about just enjoying yourself.
Well, that's fucking interesting as fuck, Rich. Listen, I got to go take a piss. Can you pause for a second?
Yeah.
Pause for a second. I can't edit the video, so you just got to sit here and fucking look at it.
All right. I'm looking at it. I'm checking. I'm putting my Grammy glasses on so I can check my somebody's been sending me fucking messages. Joe Salabi, give me a call when you get a chance. Oh, good. I guess the fucking show's canceled. Uh-oh. Gotta send it back. Right. There we go. Trying to get work. any way I can. All right, everyone, I'm on a podcast. Get back to you soon as I'm done. That's funny. It's time for a piss. We're gonna take a break. Kids, whoever's listening, don't do drugs. I know we make it sound glamorous and just don't do drugs. And if you do, call me. I'll come and help you get rid of them. Because that's the kind of guy I am. This is what happened to Hitler. All of a sudden, he was alone in a bunker. Well, there is everybody. Oh my God! And why is there blood stains on the wall? Hope everyone had a happy Halloween. I was hungover. I did not answer my door for any children that came with candy.
Fucking say anything good?
Nah, just how Hitler wound up alone in a bunker. Somebody said, "We'll be right back. We're going to take a piss, Führer."
Boom.
Bang, boom.
All right, so fucking like I said before, this episode has been my first in a while, a couple months. And Rich is a guy that I like, and I wanna do more shows with him. So
Cool.
this is more of like an introduction for Rich to you guys and to myself. And I know you people hear me fucking breathing on the microphones. These mics are hot.
Yeah, I get the same
I'm
thing.
fucking out of breath. I am fucking fat, and I need my puffer, but I left it in there.
I got one. I got to sleep. I got to wear the mask when I sleep. How do you have to do? That's
I'm
fucking
supposed to. I'm
horrendous.
supposed to, but I never fucking handle it. Bro.
I hate it. I know it's. They tell you it'll extend your life, and I go, yeah, that's what I want to do. Extend
Right,
this.
that's exactly what I want to
Right.
do. Keep this going.
Right, until I don't have to even get out of bed to go to the piss
doing a
anymore.
podcast in my fucking sister's fucking basement. This is exactly what I want to keep doing.
Those
I
things
love
are
it.
funky looking. I got to wear one at night, and it's just brutal.
Bro, when I was locked up in Florida, I had an issue with my first week there because I snored like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
and
I
then
do.
on my fourth night, I had to fucking handle it and like yell at some dude and like basically say like, yo, if you fucking wake me up again, we're gonna throw hands. So thank God he didn't fucking like he kind of like backed off. Because if I would have thrown hands with him, he would have fucking knocked my head off.
I've made people angry by snoring.
Oh my God, bro, me too. Like
Yeah.
when locked, bro, my sister gets fucking mad. Like if I fall asleep on the couch
Yeah.
and she's watching TV, she'll fucking like she gets mad. Like she gets like, wake the fuck up, like you're snoring.
I had people at the beach dump food on me so the seagulls would attack me.
That's pretty
'cause I was
good.
fucking snoring.
That's pretty good though.
Yeah,
That's pretty good. Fucking I don't know how long we've been going here. I can't. We've been going for 48 minutes. I kind of want to wrap this up.
Yep.
I'm gonna fucking post this video probably tomorrow, which is Wednesday, and I'll post it up Wednesday morning. And I hope you guys like it. I had a fucking blast with you, Rich. Thank you for coming.
Yeah,
by,
no,
bro.
thanks for having me.
Thank you. I fucking hope.
Look forward to
we're
the
on
next
camera.
one.
You gotta
brother.
shake the fucking hand. There you
I look
go.
forward to the next one.
Seriously, let's do another show. Hopefully you liked it. And
Yeah, it's good.
what do you got going on there? Like, you don't have a Twitter now, so
I know. I'm on Insta, Dick Carr _64. I'm currently on Facebook jail, but you can check it out. Rich Carucci, but also, I got shows coming up. I'm working with Levy. You can hear me on Kumia Network a lot on In Hot Water. Also, I'm doing
that's on compoundmedia.com.
Compound Media.
It's Anthony Cumia's network. He's talking about being on the show In Hot Water with Gino Pisconti.
I think in the next 2 weeks I'm on that again.
Yeah.
I used to be a regular on Pat Dixon's show, Crime Report, New York City Crime Report. He has been fired.
Yeah, I was on Pat's show a couple times,
Great guy.
like a month ago, and then it didn't. Whatever.
Yeah, he
Fucking-
punched Gino in the jaw, broke Gino's jaw, got fired.
Yeah, but I was on Pat's show after he left the network.
All right. He's doing it now.
Now Pat Dixon, Crime Report is on. I know he's on Locals. I don't know, and he was on Censored TV with Gavin McGinnis, but I'm not sure what's going on with that stuff. I have no fucking idea.
Pat's very talented,
Pat's a great guy. Pat's a very funny comedian and a very funny comedian and a very talented broadcaster, and he knows his shit. And the shit that went down with him and Gino was unfortunate, It is what it is. Shit happens. I don't want to fucking get in between any of this
No,
bullshit.
I'm friends with both of them, but I'm also going to be in a play the first 3 Sundays of November at Caroline's as part of the New York Comedy Festival, New York City Comedy Festival. Every Sunday at 2:00 at Caroline's, called the Jackie Mason Musical.
Really?
Yeah.
What is that? Obviously, it's based on Jackie Mason's life.
Jackie Mason's life. His daughter Sheba plays the starring role. Sheba plays her mother Ginger, and it's great. It's great. It's a bunch of us doing it. Jeffrey Paul plays a part. He's another comic. It's a lot of talent there. Not us, because we're not song and dance people, but I'm like the comic relief in it. But it's great
for you, bro. Good for you. That's awesome. Like, you're doing something that you love to fucking do.
Trying to make it work, man. Trying to make it work this way when I finally drop, which I hope I just drop one day, not get sick.
Just be here for next week. So
I will. Yeah, I'll be here next week.
All right. This week we just we got to know each other a little bit, you know.
Absolutely. I'll be back next week.
Yeah, I hope so, man. I'm looking for somebody every week to come and do this.
Cool.
You know, somebody consistent and somebody that I fucking see eye to eye with. And it'll be better next week. I'm not gonna have this bright light again. I'm just setting up in this new room in the house.
Just getting the flow.
No doubt. All right, bro. So
peace
fucking
out.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking end this with that. Again, you can follow me at Mr. Mikey Dealz on Twitter. I have a Instagram, but I never fucking use it. Mikey Dealz on Instagram, but mostly catch me on Twitter at Mr. Mikey Dealz. Shout out to the real ones. Shout out to my family. Shout out to my friends and my supporters. I appreciate you guys, and I hope everybody stays blessed. All right, be well. All right, and fucking